I think when you get beat like that, I think the first thing you have to say is they played really good, and they're a really good team. They've beaten us. We have 2 league losses, and they're both to them. And they're both games that weren't close. So I think you have to step back and say, wow, that's a really good team. They played really well. Callahan is the best player in the league when we play him. He's now 12 for 16 or something like that from the 3 in the 2 games against us. And they just, they mollywopped us, whatever word you want to use, they did to us. And so give them credit. And I'll talk more about us after they're done.
Questions for players?
Brew, is there something that you can attribute the slow start to, or is it just kind of just things started going bad?
To be honest, I don't really have an answer for why we started so slow in both games we played against them. All I can say is, it's pretty disappointing that in both games we had to fight back from down 20, down 30, whatever. And as bad as it is, it's one game in January. Obviously, there's a lot of season left to play, and I'm sure we're going to meet them again sometime in the playoffs. So the good thing about playing them twice now is we have all the film that we need until we have to meet them again. And when we do, we'll definitely be more prepared and come out stronger. By that point, we'll have no choice but to come out stronger.
And Brody, Brew just kind of led into my next question. You seem like a vocal leader with this group. How do you use this in the next couple of days of practice? What's kind of your message to the rest of the guys?
We just got to stay together. We got a huge week ahead, 2 really big games. Green Bay just won, so we're tied with them. And Milwaukee, the history between Milwaukee and Oakland. But we got a huge week, and I think this week will be very big for us, and we'll see what we're made of if we can bounce back and rather the troops in that room down there and just get after it. Like Brew said, it's a game in January. Losses happen, but it's the way we lost today that can't happen again.
For both of you guys, actually, the Grizz gang, the environment, the student section, it was crazy in there today. What were your guys' thoughts about that?
I'll start by saying just we appreciate it a lot. Definitely want to give them a better outcome, and it just means a lot when you got the Grizz gang and students showing up to games in that environment, and we got to be better to keep them coming back, and we will continue. Hopefully they'll continue to come, and but we really appreciate it. It means a lot, and they've definitely affected the game. Momentum. When we finally got some, they were in it, and it's much appreciated.
It was definitely the best environment I've played in at home since I've been here. Since maybe the playoff game we had against Purdue-Fort Wayne. But it was great. It was great to see everyone out there. It was great to see people had made signs, and we had put out T-shirts and towels and stuff, and they had really gotten behind us. Like Brody said, not exactly the outcome that we wanted, and with the slow start, I'm sure they were probably questioning why they were there for a little bit, but hopefully the second half showed we are an incredibly capable team, and if you guys continue to come out and support, it'll be much appreciated, and I'm sure there'll be a lot more games where we're up 30 instead of the reverse.
Yeah. Just to add to that real quick, also to the media team and everybody that organized everything with the towels and the shirts, that's also much appreciated. Obviously, going to the OC, things like that, it doesn't happen without them, so that too.
For Brew, both in this game and the last time you guys played against Wright State, IG fouled out, so especially for you guys in the front court, how do things change when he's not on the court with you guys?
It's definitely a lot more difficult since we're kind of shorthanded in the front court, even when IG's out there. There's only, I think, 3 of us because Nate has gotten his surgery, so it definitely puts more strain on the rotation, I guess. There's a lot less time to sub in and out between me and Mike and IG, and I'm sure it probably makes it tougher for Campy with rotations as well, because a lot of times we have to march out smaller lineups, and that can be difficult, especially playing against a team like this where a lot of the times they have two bigs on the floor, two guys who are like 6'8", 6'9". And obviously he's just a really, really good player, so when he's not on the floor, it sucks to not have that production out there. So it's definitely a big loss when he's not there, but that's really not much of an excuse for how we played.
Anything else for Brew Marty? Thank you, guys. Questions for Coach?
Camp, what are some of the commonalities in the start with the game at Wright State and then the game here today, like the basketball stuff? What are some of the commonalities?
I don't think there are. I think we had an excuse at Wright State, or at least I look at it, not an excuse, but a reason. Yeah, big difference between excuse and reason. I think we had a reason, with the flu, sick, 9 days since we had played, 5 days off, didn't have our legs. Tonight, we're rolling. I mean, we're playing. We're rolling. We're a good basketball team that's playing good, and they're coming in here, and we're coming off 2 30-point leads in the league, and offense is tremendous, and our defense you could see getting better and better and better, and to come out with that kind of start, they get the tip, we get a stop. No, I think they score. We go down, we run a set play, we get a point-blank shot, miss it. They go down and score. We come down, we run another play, get a point-blank shot, miss it. They go down and score. and it's easy baskets. It wasn't, play great defense, the shot clock's going down, somebody throws one in. It was boom, 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 easy. Drive by us, floater, miss it, get the rebound, put it in. I mean, it was easy baskets. It looked like November, basketball, in that we didn't really understand what we're doing in the zone. That's what that looked like. So I don't think you can compare that start with the one at their place. They came in here and they played, and we didn't. And your question about IG, that's really bad. He fouled 80 feet from the basket, his first foul. 20 seconds later, a guy cuts across the lane and he chucked him. It was a foul. So we're 3 minutes into a game, and he's one of the best 5 to 6 players in. There's no question that he's one of the best 5 to 6, and I'm being loose. Some people might say the best player in the league, but he's definitely in the top 5 or 6. And now I got to take him out. I trusted him to put him back in, and then he gets fouled like I've never seen that foul before in my life. The guy, they score a basket, and the guy gets tangled up, and he's going to try and grab the ball and go, and he grabs the guy's leg and pulls his leg. Why? He said, it looks worse than it was. Yeah, but you're out. And we give him 4 more points, and you can't play. He plays 17 minutes in the game. At their place, I don't think he played that many. That can't happen. You can blame me, I guess. I mean, you can blame, I don't know. But that can't happen. You can't foul 80 feet from the basket, chuck a guy 2 minutes into a game, and be on the bench. If you're going to be that guy. Right? If you're going to be that guy, if you're going to be one of the top 5 players in the league, you can't do that. No, that's a learning experience for him. Right? It's a learning experience for him, and we'll see.
Greg, you just answered my complete question, but thank you. But let's go this way. Did you feel a lack of energy early on? Did you feel a flatness out of the gate?
I thought, and this is an opinion, okay? This is having been through a million games. I could be dead wrong. But my opinion was that we did not handle our crowd here. I think we were so hyped up and so excited that, they were talking about it in the locker room that, man, normally we have a late arriving crowd, and even when it's full, it doesn't get full until 5 minutes into the game, right? 10 minutes into the game. I mean, during warm-up, this place was hopping. This was a big-time atmosphere today. And I think that we got overly hyped on it, and I think we had it's a weird thing, but I've seen it many times. And I think Wright State played into it. And I told our team before the game, I said, this is the moments that you come to Oakland for. These are the moments you expect. You're playing for first place. You're playing on national TV. You got a full house. These are the things we told you would happen when we recruited you, and here it is. And I feel really good about us because we played at Michigan, we played at Little Caesars Arena, we played at Houston, Purdue. As good as our crowd's going to be today, it ain't Purdue, right? It isn't Houston. And you handled those situations, so I feel real good about us today. And I was wrong. But that's what I think, Tony. Am I right? I don't know. But that's, as I analyze it, that's my analysis.
Is there something that they were able to do to kind of keep the tempo down in the beginning of the game, or was it just kind of they were making baskets so you couldn't speed up?
Yep. And that's what I'm talking about. That we were like buzzed out in the head. They scored, and we're guys that are sprinting up the floor normally are jogging up, and Brody's walking it up, and I'm yelling, "Let's go!" And I think they did a real good job. They got some easy baskets that allowed them to get back and protect. Against us, man, you got to get back. If you don't get back, we're flying up the floor, we're getting to the rim, we're kicking out. We didn't have any of those situations. I mean, we had 7 points 10 minutes into the game. I mean, there's a lot of things that I would have bet you about today. But if you would have said you're only going to have 7 points at 10 minutes, I would have said, I'll bet my house on that one, man. We had 7 points with 10 and I mean, we're walking the ball up the floor and we're dribbling around. Would we have 9 assists today? I mean, there was something off. And I think that was a hell of a question because I don't know if I'm right or not, but I better figure it out because that can't happen again.
And, Coach, obviously this game is a bummer, and we could tell from the players that they're very upset about it too, but between now and next game, what do you do specifically to kind of boost morale, get guys back into it, and realize there's more season left? How do you get the morale back?
Well, it's not done between now and next game. It's done through the course of the whole season. We don't emphasize any game. We have this slogan, and you've heard me talk about it. There's 20 hurdles. You go to each hurdle, you either knock it down or you clear it, and when you get down to the last 3 or 4, you look around and see how many everybody's knocked down. And, last year the championship team lost 5 times. The year before, the championship team lost 5 times. Since we've gone to 20 conference games, 4 or 5 is usually what it is. We've knocked 2 down. There's only one team in the league that's only knocked 1 down, and that's them. And this is one hurdle, one game. Now we're going in a really big week. Whether we won today or not, we're going into a really, really big week for us in the middle of January. And just because that's one of the toughest trips in the league. And so we've prepared for that. Pre-game, we've prepared for it. Last week we prepared. We go about our business one game at a time. And when you fall down and knock a hurdle over, 1 can't become 2, 2 can't become 3. And we'll find out, We'll find out a lot about us this coming week.
Camp, just how crushed are you for the Grizz gang and the student section and the fans that came out? You talked about it during the halftime radio interview. I mean, you could see it in your face. You could see it in the second half. Just what's going through your mind right now?
Well, I mean, I took a stand a couple weeks ago and made it because I've been here so long, right? And most coaches should keep their mouths shut and just put their team out there and play, and it should just happen, right? And because I've been here for a long time, I opened my mouth and said it's not like it used to be, right? And opened myself to criticism, but I'm used to that. I could handle it. And then, we went on campus. Our people in this building did an unbelievable job to get this place full today, as Brody said, and our players know that. And for us to perform the way we performed today is really a kick in the groin. I mean, it's really disappointing. And it's not so much the loss, it's just we're down 28, 29 points in our building on national TV in front of a full house. One of the referees has done a lot of games at Oakland, and I looked at him at halftime and I said, "Is this the worst half of basketball you've ever refereed a Greg Campy team?" And he looked at me and goes, "I can't believe it." He goes, "My God, that was bad." Well, if a referee feels that way, well, what are those people in the stands that were begging to get here and how good we are and how exciting we are to watch? We're averaging 100 points a game, and I mean, we had 18 with 2 minutes ago. I mean, that's what's the kick in the gut or growing or whatever you want to say to me. And I'm not embarrassed for my players. I'm not embarrassed for the program. I feel really bad for her. I mean, I went out there and did this, and they showed up. And I think out of the respect for our basketball program, out of the respect for relationships I have with the baseball team and relationships I have with the swimmer and the coaches, and because I've been here, and we all like each other, we all support each other. Our team, my basketball team, will go to a swim meet dressed in Speedos too, or gym shorts, not Speedos, but they'll put gym shorts on and they'll paint their bodies up. My basketball team does that for them. So we support each other here, and this was a night that was supposed to be so special, and we laid a huge egg. And I'm not mad at, I'm just crushed. I mean, I feel frickin' terrible. And it's not about my players. It's one game in January. All right, it's about 40 years here, and knowing what we build and knowing who we are and what we are and getting, everything changed at COVID. COVID changed everything. People didn't go to school for a year. The clubs, the Grizz gang, kind of, the people that ran it and all that, it all fell apart. And then new people came in, and the traditions of it were gone. It was starting over. And to get it back, it hurts. It really does. And again, I put myself out there, and I probably got what I deserve for doing it, because coaches should just keep their mouth shut and coach their teams.
Anything else for Coach? Thank you.
All right, thank you.